Hey Vicky, it's Colin. How are you doing? I'm going to show you there's a few methods of doing this. Bootstrap, the template you have, actually has a built-in method, but let me explain how it works first. I'm just going to preview your page here and give you an example of what, oops, I had the wrong thing selected there. Okay, so here's the page here. Now you have a table down here with information, and the table is displayed left to right and top to bottom. Now, obviously, what happens with tables and why they don't work well on mobile is because in order to get something of this width to fit into a mobile device, all the information over here is either going to have to be scrolled left to right, or it's going to have to be stacked top to bottom, and tables don't stack that well. Um, Simply because when you design them, who really knows what's going in them and how it's all laid out and whatnot. Anyways, long story short, Bootstrap has a built-in style that allows you, when you have a table, it adds a little bar at the bottom, or you can actually just use your finger and you can scroll back and forth to view the entire table. So that way the information isn't mangled and pushed top to bottom where it doesn't always make sense. And here's what I mean. Right here we have engine, and then you have the name of the engine down below. Well, this on a mobile device, if all these columns were now stacked top to bottom, how would you know which cell up here matches the information below it? You probably wouldn't. It's not going to make a lot of sense when it's all in one column. So Bootstrap tries to do things by keeping everything in the same rows and the same columns, and gives the ability for the user just to use their finger and whip back and forth to see the information in the table. So basically the table retains its same size, but adds the ability to scroll back and forth so you can read the information left to right as opposed to top to bottom. Okay, now with that said, here's all you have to do. I'm going to provide a little snippet of code here in your ticket. Okay, and basically what you're going to do is find your table. So you go into your page, right? And here's a table right here. We're going to go and select the table, the entire table, and flip it over to code view. Okay, so here is the start of our table. So we're just going to give ourselves a little bit of space. Okay, and I'm going to take this right here, this class of table, and I'm going to copy it, and we're going to add table style. Right here, we're going to add that class equals table. So you can just type that in manually if you want to, or copy it out of the ticket. But basically, we need to have the table class equals table, like that. You could even take, including the angle bracket, you can copy that bit there, not including this piece here, but including the bracket, table class equals table, and the double quotes. You can copy that and just paste it right there, just like I'm showing you. Okay, that's the first thing. The next thing you do is you need to copy this div class table responsive and paste it above, like so. Okay, now we need to find the end of this table and paste in the closing div tag right here, because we just copied in an opening div tag. So we're just going to select the table here. There it is, table. That's what we want right there. Just click it or select it in the little tab right down here, right? Or just put your cursor here and go click table. Scroll down to the very bottom of all this highlighted information. Right there, and you see where the closing table tag is in these breaks. In this example, just give yourself a little bit of room and paste in the closing div. So now we have the entire table wrapped in a div called table responsive, which would be this right here. Okay, so I'm going to provide this in the ticket, and there you go. And then when you view it on the phone, instead of everything being scrunched up and stacked top to bottom, where it's not going to make a lot of sense for a user, it will scroll side to side. So that's the most common solution that Bootstrap uses. There are other scripts out there which I've seen in use, which will stack all your information top to bottom. Like I said, the problem with that is it may not make a lot of sense to the user if you do it that way. It makes sense when you view things left to right, but most of the English-speaking world, we don't read things top to bottom. We read things left to right, and that's probably why Bootstrap has gone this way.